The rebuilding process is already underway in Pacific Palisades and Malibu. Crews are cleaning up trash and debris. KCAL News reporter Michele Gile has a look at the recovery effort.
Utility workers are stretched along Pacific Coast Highway in Pacific Palisades and Malibu, abandoning gas lines, removing charred telephone poles, and installing new power lines. For safety reasons, it's a crucial step that's necessary before people who have been evacuated can start coming home. Officials have not said when Palisades Fire victims will be allowed into neighborhoods or when debris removal can begin on the thousands of properties that were damaged or destroyed.
Earlier this week, LA Mayor Karen Bass issued an executive order to streamline debris removal by forming a task force. The cleanup, she says, will be in compliance with all local, state, and federal hazardous materials and contamination regulations to protect human life and the environment. Santa Monica-based nonprofit Heal the Bay wants this to happen quickly and that erosion control is put into place to minimize water pollution.
We can guess that we're going to see increased levels of heavy metals, certain chemicals, things that can come out of plastics. A lot of what burned in this fire was plastic.
Heal the Bay's Emily Parker is a coastal and marine scientist. Her team is still learning which pollutants generated from the fire ended up in the water and on the sand. Some water quality sampling had to be suspended in the fire zone. Heal the Bay has put out the word that there is no public access to any LA County beaches in the evacuation zone, and for people to avoid water contact from Malibu to Dockweiler State Beach near LAX.
Yeah, there is a lot of debris that is right along our coastline, and we are relying on, hazardous waste experts to tell us exactly what is in that debris. And we do know that because of its proximity to the ocean, the likelihood that some of it ends up in our ocean, as you can see right here behind me, is pretty high.
In Pacific Palisades, Michele Gile, KCAL News.
Well, rebuilding LA, the state is speeding up recovery efforts, and LA Mayor Karen Bass is turning to Steve Soboroff to help. He's going to come up with a development plan to rebuild as chief recovery officer. Soboroff is a real estate developer and former police commissioner who was the driving force in the development of the Staples Center, now known as Crypto.com Arena.
People deserve to rebuild their houses. We're going to come up with a way for people to pull those permits and to get those inspections and to have that equipment to rebuild their lives.
Mayor Bass says she plans to sign a series of executive orders to expedite the recovery process. She also says not only will the city investigate the handling of the fire disaster, but there would also be an external review.